Greetings and salutations, my fellow Entropians. It's that time for an actual video. Are we actually doing a video today? Alright, the Hyperion weapons and what it means for Entropia Universe is the title of this video. And live stream. We're live streaming it. Let's see, Yeah. This isn't Fallout 76. Yes, this is not Fallout 76. Who said it was? Everybody doing alright? We chilling here? Boom. Alright. Here we are. Streaming. We are streaming. But am I completely ready right now? I don't think so. But we are here. I decided to do a stream here on YouTube. We've been working a lot on Twitch lately. That's why we have not been cutting out a lot of content lately here on YouTube, but that's fine. We are definitely allowed to do all the things. We got Carl Casey and the White Bat audio playing, all the good stuff, I suppose. But Entropia Universe is a free-to-play game with a real cash economy, where the US dollar is tied into the Project Entropia dollar. At 10 to 1. So for 10 Project Entropia dollars, it is equal to 1 US dollar, which makes it a really, really nice game to do free to play with, because you can make money in this game. Will you? I don't know, man. I just don't know. It's possible, though. It is definitely possible. I'm doing some of the legwork right now. Getting the video started. All the goodies that come with it. Looks like we're up and rolling. All right. Really? I can't believe it. There we go. There we go. Everything's up and running. Didn't take us too long. 3 minutes in. Sorry, intros are kind of crazy. All right, so Hyperion weapons and what it means for Entropia Universe. Basically, we got new weapons that have come out into the game. We're gonna roll over to our shop. We got the Hyperion. We got a lot of the Hyperion stuff, and it's nice. I think the volume control for my microphone is up a little bit more, so we should be okay. What's the conversion rate for Project Entropia dollars? 10 to 1. So for 10 Project Entropia dollars, it equals 1 US dollar. And the threshold to get a payout from Entropia is $100. So 1,000 PED, as they say. And then you can withdraw money. It's kind of a nice little system they have. Alright, it looks like we have shown up. I'm using... There, you just liked it. Ah, thank you for liking the video. So we are here at our shop right now. It is the Medusa Bazaar, shop 2-1. So it's floor 2, shop 1. And most people get a little bit kind of scared because it's a real cash economy and everything really, involves a little bit of money. Even the hunting aspects, where you're like, when you go to shoot, you need ammo, and but you're like really shooting like a fraction of a cent every single time. In some cases, just a fraction of a cent, unless you're doing like some spaceship stuff or using a really high level weapon that shoots like like a pet of ammo each time, and that's kind of crazy. It's like 10 cents. Absolutely nuts. Alright, let's see. Gotta try to get the homies up in here. Alright, that works. Alright, so right now we are selling a whole bunch of Hyperion weapons here in our shop. We're looking at around maybe at a max of like 152 or 155, but most of this stuff is right under it. We got this one for 155%, but everything's under 160. I can tell you that, unless it's like something really good. Something really good, it's nice. How was sushi? Pretty good. The sushi was nice. But we managed to get an extra shopkeeper pad to help us in the selling category of things. But we have a lot of stuff in the shop. But what makes these weapons so amazing is the fact that they have a lot more durability. A lot more durability? Durability? Am I just looking at the? Am I looking at the girl now? Am I just constantly looking at that girl now? No, we're good. We're good. All right. Ooh, I picked up some stuff to sell. All right, let's take this as an example. All right, so we got the Hyperion OC50 right here. The TT value is pretty high. Which is pretty good, but the lowest on the lowest end of things is going to be like 25. What's up, Bruce? In the house. These weapons are really good in durability, especially if you slap down a Arma Matrix extender on them. They'll last you like a good amount of time. But they're like an upgraded step from the Arma Matrix series of weapons, which, they last you a while and then they break and then you have to buy a new one. But with these, we got an efficiency of 75%. Okay. And what that means for you is you'll get better loot. Just simply saying, you'll get better loot, a better loot comp, like you'll get markup loot, a little bit less shrapnel sometimes, so you can actually sell your markup a little bit more efficiently. Roger Branco. Yeah, how's it going? But these are a lot better than our Matrix series weapons, like by far. But they are a little bit more expensive right now. Some of this doesn't even have markups because no one has actually successfully sold them. At least in this instance. Let's see, what about this? Has anybody actually did anything with this? Wow. Alright, there we go. So about 238%. That's in the auction house. We're selling it for 150%. So if you want to try out one of these Hyperion weapons, I highly recommend it. The efficiency is above 70. like that's really good. You're looking at a lot of good stuff, and the PF30, it has a durability of excellent. So, you know, it's going to last you quite a long time. I know from repeated use, like this weapon right here, the PF30, the Power Fist, it basically lasted me a good like probably 10 complete whole hours of continuous like punching things. So you'll get your money's worth out of it, and it's fairly nice. And of course, you can tier it up automatically, so you can throw weapon stuff into it. So Hyperion weapons are great in the respect that you're going to get a little bit more bang for your buck, even though the markups on them are a little bit higher. You'll get more bang for your buck than an Arma Matrix. Now, whether or not it is worth it at the higher price point currently, maybe not, but at 150%, yeah, you're definitely gonna be happy. I think, but I'm still waiting on all my homies to basically tell me if it's worth it or not at the price point it is right now. But a lot of them are saying it's a lot better than our Matrix, so that's good. Bruce doing Diabolical Dominion TT Verteron once. Hells to the yeah. But in other news, we're basically it's June the 1st. It's around 6 p.m. my time. We have accumulated a lot of sweat lately. Right now, I've invested almost all the Arcadia Moon Deeds into Eris in the forms of buying stuff off the economy in Eris, all the new markup items to produce more Hyperon weapons. Because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I like to put my money where my mouth is. And I've been trying to get everybody to use higher efficiency weapons. It's better for you, it's better for your loot, it's better for your wallet, it's cheaper. Because the higher efficiency you go up, the better your looting is going to be. Like, bar none, plain and simple. You're gonna stretch your wallet out a little bit longer. So that's why we're selling our stuff at about 150 something percent. And I think it's worth it. But the problem right now currently is a lot of people still do not trust the Hyperon weapons. They are thinking it's more along the lines of our Matrix. It's just another thing of our Matrix, and they're not really picking them up like in droves like they should. They're still using old weapons under like 60% efficiency just because they're unlimited. But I don't know if they know this or not, but they're paying more in decay cost using weapons like those, and they're just not getting that loot that they should be getting, and it's just costing them more in the long run. And that's why these Hyperon weapons are a big game changer. But you're just gonna have to trust me on it. Just trust me, bro. Just trust me, bro. But a lot of the people that are doing some of the actual research on it, they're basically saying that it's more efficient than the Arma Matrix. It lasts a little bit longer than the Arma Matrix, and the decay costs are a lot lower than the Arma Matrix. So yeah, come and get some of these. Try them out for yourself. They're cheap. Shop 2, floor 1, or no, shop 2, floor no, floor 2, shop 1. Jesus Christ! More of us than the Diabolical Dominion. Hell yeah. Yeah, trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Trust me on this one. No, I actually do. Like, these weapons are pretty good. And not to mention that these are like kind of like the off weapons, like the weapons that we didn't have in the game for the longest time. We're talking Power Fist, clubs, plasma, and Gauss, which are absolutely fantastic. If you can't use the level 10 My suggestion would be try to use the Aris TT weapons to get your skills up in those weapons, and then just make the switch once you're level 10. It's worth it, but definitely because it's clubs and power fists, I would definitely start using the clubs and power fists. Like the two-handed clubs, you're probably going to get more strength out of that, which comes to more hit points. And the power fist and the one-handed club, you're going to get a lot of hit points too. And it's good skills. It's really good skills. So now the only unfortunate part is most of the standardized weapons, such as laser and long and short blades, are still in the R Matrix series, and there's no higher efficiency quotient other than trying to get an exceptional mayhem weapon, which is going to cost a lot more because mayhem oriented. And if you can't afford one of those, and you're sitting there buying a lot of our matrices to keep going, Hyperion is just the natural choice to go up, to take your hunting to the next level. So think about that. But as it stands right now, we're going to be stopping the buying of sweat for the time being, mostly because we have almost about 10 million. We're like in between 9 and 10 million bottles of vibrant sweat. I think I've done my part. We still do have some I guess mind essence, and I might put some more welding wire up and stuff like that. So if you are buying mind essence and welding wire from me, I will still try to buy some of Luke's sweat at 1.65 ped per K, but all other sweat buying has stopped. I don't know, we might do some giveaways over on the Twitch side of things. So we might end up doing giveaways on some of the sweat, but I'm still a little bit thinking that maybe I should like just do like sweat sells instead of sweat buys, and that way I can like cycle a little bit of money back to me and keep it cheap, so it's still kind of rewarding to win. Like maybe 1 ped per K that you can buy off of me. Yeah. But we have accumulated a little bit of money doing the Twitch side of things, like through advertising and gifted subs and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna lie, kind of already either used that money in a way with my own actual money. So we're just gonna put that into the funds. We might I don't know, like do something. We might throw some extra rewards and stuff throughout that, but I guess we gotta wait for it to get paid out first. But we're over here on the YouTube side of things just so we can keep the algorithm running in a good way. But I'm hoping that we can get some more sales on the Hyperion, especially being that we're selling it so cheap. But some people, yeah, it's an investment, man. It is definitely an investment. We've definitely invested a pretty good amount into the sweat market, and just to try to help people out. And a lot of that sweat, like at least a good half of it, we basically bought at the lowest price point that we possibly could, so we can lower our dollar cost averaging of all the sweat that we have bought. And I'd like to believe that that helped out some of the actual sweaters, because we're still holding on to it. It's not like we've resold it or anything. But the less sweat on the bottom side of the market, here's my reasoning. The less sweat on the bottom side of the market basically means that the people that are really trying to sell it at a decent price aren't actually reselling sweat that they bought. They're just selling the sweat that they have accumulated, or maybe like a little bit of traded with other people. So we'll see how long that will actually help. But now that yeah, this is not Twitch, Bacon. We have to like feed the YouTube algorithm, as we say. But we're talking about the Hyperion weapons and pretty much just a channel breakdown of what's going on right now. We still got a little bit of time on our skill pill, 7 hours, so I might as well go ahead and start busting out some stuff. But definitely come and take a look at some of the stuff in the shop. As we get some more cells, we'll be able to create some more and put some more down. So if you got any all this other stuff, we'll be alright. Right now, we were in the middle of hunting before we had to go get some sushi, which I like sushi. But we were hunting on NTI, and right now there's one thing that I need. I need thyroid oil. Planned buy sweat for 2 ped per K. Yeah, we dry them a bit. Got too much. Make some difference. Yeah. Turn it into sweat creates no bacon. We're not going to do that because that's expensive and pointless. I did that once. But I still can't believe that somebody was sitting there calling me a scammer. I don't know why. Like, maybe I'm not giving people enough money or something. I don't know. You're giving money to the wrong people. You're giving money to the bots that are just not even there. You should give it to more active players. Yeah, but if I buy it off of them, they won't compete with you and you can just sell it a little bit easier. And I'm already like buying the high-end sweat too from Luke. Alright, I know this isn't a Hyperion weapon, but we need to sink some decay into NTI. So we are using our Mayhem Force Basher improved. It's a club, so we're going to be getting some nice clubbing skills. And we need the stuff out of here. That, and I need some more ammo. But yeah, definitely running out of the. We're not liquid anymore. Oh, get used to it. They've been calling you a scammer for years for buying low. Well, yeah, that's sad. It's really sad. But we definitely do need to try to clean up the sweat market a little bit, because everybody's like, how are we going to get the sweat prices to go up? I tell you how you do it. You buy all that sweat that is cheap as you possibly can and hold on to it. Don't sit there and try to buy all the sweat for a higher price. No, you got to clean up the market from the bottom to the top. You got to clean up the market. But there are a lot of streamers, and I like this. I really do. They're doing stream rewards where they're buying the sweat for a really good price as a reward for watching them. So that's bringing money into Entropia Universe, because they have to use their incomes off of Twitch and stuff like that just to be able to do these payoffs. But you know, you gotta like have some good content too, so you're not like farming ads or whatever. You've been buying Initiate's first 5k sweat for 2 ped per K. Yeah, that helps. I mean, that always helps out. But whenever I was like, when I first met Luke, I'm like, seeing that he's buying it at a reasonable price of 1.65 ped per K, which is like the highest end of what's going on the street. And of course, you still got some people that will only sell their sweat for like 2 ped per K, but you know, you have to be more competitive at the bottom end of things in order to raise the prices, hopefully. Because you're always going to have somebody that's going to undercut the hell out of you. Walks into a real life shop. Everything is too expensive. This is scamming. Exactly. Exactly. I'm selling those Hyperion weapons for definitely cheaper than the auction house, and still can't get sales because people still think it's way too expensive. But I got news for you. It's worth it at a certain price, because I mean, most of these materials, you're probably like a low level is not going to be able to get some of those materials at all, unless you're like doing some team hunting and like soaking up some healing loot. That'd be about the only way, but you'll still need some higher levels to be doing the guns and stuff like that. Some higher levels to actually tank some of the damage, or it's just gonna be a really bad time. Like Primonaut claws, those are pretty expensive still. I don't even know how to get those glacial crystals or the cryo crystals or anything like that. That's like the higher level cryomuciloids. Yeah, they're selling that stuff for like 1,000%. I'm waiting for that to go down, honestly. You think live support's behind me? No. I'm good. No one's in here. But, I mean, I've been buying some stuff to where, I mean, I bought enough stuff to where I can craft almost everything a little bit, but whenever I get sales is whenever I can like rebuy stuff. This is the life of the crafter. And I'm just hoping that my metal residue supplies don't dwindle to nothing. So I gotta keep like crafting stuff constantly. Right now I'm working on more standard plates so we can make some more things. And the reason I'm farming these things right now is, one, I want there to be a payout here in a couple hours here on NTI, so I'm using this club right here. But I need thyroid oil, and I think I got enough eye oil for now. We need the thyroid oil to basically craft some more ruds, and maybe start getting into our armor crafting. Oh yeah, they said that they can go stealth in him. Oh yeah, the Mind Arc live support, definitely they like to be invisible sometimes and like go to other people and stuff and see what's going on. Definitely a thing. Alright, here we go. But the new Eris weapons, I definitely, I think it's a great idea. We needed it. We definitely needed it. Because they're higher efficiency. But I really just got this sinking feeling that there's a lot of players that just don't understand what the efficiency really means. They're still living in Loot 1.0, where they think that just because they've been grinding and grinding and grinding and losing and losing and losing, that they're going to get that all-time high. Like grinding big mobs with a low looter skill, with a pretty big gun that just drains them of their ped. When the actual answer is you need to be grinding out smaller mobs with a decent weapon, and to get your codex, and you know, to get your looter skill, skinning skill right there, and you just grind out the smaller stuff and work on that until your looter level is a lot higher, because you want to be able to just kill like one after the other as quickly as you possibly can, because see how many times the skinning skill is coming up? It's like pretty much after every single kill. So the smaller mobs that you fight, the more loot instances you have, and the faster your looter skill can go up. And when you're fighting a bigger mob, the less instances of looter skill you get. You should only really do the bigger stuff, like maybe as like the daily missions on Eris, right? So if you're doing your dailies on Eris, just stick with those and do your dungeons as many as you possibly can do. and then call it. Like stop all that stuff, because everything up there is really high level, and you should probably like go back down and to Cali and just do some regular stuff. The Hyperion Aurora are 100% better for markup loot. Yes, absolutely. It's not a placebo. They are certainly better than our Matrix. Yes. I mean, I definitely do see it. And the way the game operates in Loot 2.0 right now, you're definitely going to want to make sure you get a higher efficiency weapon. So, and it's a shame that we don't have like a bunch of Hyperion series weapons for the like laser damage and short blades and long blades. So there's no equivalent to it. So now these weapons, which have always been like kind of in high demand, like I got the Force Mayhem Basher right here improved, and that would have been perfect, right? It would have been perfect before Hyperion to level up club skill, but now you got the really good club that you can use. And what makes it really nice is the fact that it uses ammo burn. So you're ignoring my question about Moon Deeds? Holy crap. Let me see. When will you buy Moon Deeds again? I'm sorry, I completely missed that question. When will you buy Moon Deeds again? I don't know. I really just don't know. I would like to see them like be priced at what they're worth before I can even consider buying them. And as it stands right now, if it's gonna be on like one payout every 5 to 6 days, that means it's worth like 15 max, man. If that. But because it's in the auction house and not the shares, what you're going to end up having is a lot of people just trying to sell it for retail, and retail is usually going to be like a lot higher than what it's actually worth, and that they're going to get a few sales, and the price is going to end up going up, and the payouts are just still remain low. And then what? I mean, it's not worth it. So it has to reach to a price where it's actually worth the price, and it's not there. It needs to be lower. Unless it starts paying out like 3x again every week, and then it just proves me wrong, and then the price will go up because it deserves to be at a higher price. Like say if it pays out 3 times a week, every single week, then naturally the price should be around 30, right? But even if it's at 2 times a week, then the prices should be around 20. But if it's once a week, that price should be about 10. But it's now all in the hands of the people that play the market, the auction house, and it just really just depends on if people know what they want. So the answer to the question is probably I'm not going to, because the price will probably start to ease back up unless there's more people that see what's going on with the payouts and stuff. Now, that being said, I mean, people can always just go up to the moon and just start making it crank out the payouts. But I don't see that happening for all the players in the know, unless Arcadia says something that they're going to play ball with MindArc and move into the CryEngine creation engine or whatever. Because if they don't, there will be no more Arcadia. So if Arcadia says nothing, then what's going to happen to the Moon Deeds is that price is going to go down to 0. and it's going to be like a compat deed, and people are still going to try to scam noobs with compat deeds, but this time it's going to be Arcadia Moon deeds and Arcadia Underground deeds, because Arcadia is not going to be around in 4 years. So unless Arcadia says something, then I would be like, sell it now, you know, like sell it, because if they don't say anything for a couple years, then I just don't know. Like, I know I'm like, I jumped the gun like on the announcement that hasn't come yet from Arcadia, but I just I don't know. But if they at least announce that they're going to play ball with Mind Arc, then I might actually consider buying some again, because then that means that they know that they have to work on it. But definitely get your hands on some of them Hyperion weapons. Give them a shot. Try them out. Grind small mobs with it and see how your loot goes. Do your own research. Compare and contrast an Armatrix with a Hyperion of pretty much the same variety on smaller mobs, and see what happens. And get your sweet skills, because these are really good skills to have, especially the melee ones. It's always fun to get your melee skills up, get those extra hit points. Because I wasn't even paying attention, and found out that we definitely got our 294 so here recently, and that was like through like the use of like maybe 3 Hyperion melee weapons. Low level foul and NTI drop high markup loot. Yeah, the paint cans are pretty decent, like at 115, the purple paint cans. If you can, like, the bones drop like once an hour, probably on a loot wave timer. Those bones are nice. You need a lot of them to sell. Other than that, you're just farming shrapnel and animal eye oil. One thing I do like about NTI is most the creatures drop diluted mineral extractors pretty much during loot waves, so I think we're at a loot wave right now. Tier 2 comps, yeah. But, I mean, Fowler, alright. I mean, another reason to grind the low level stuff, even if it doesn't really have markup on it, is to get the codex. Sometimes you have to go more of the skill up route when you're hunting. If you're gonna hunt for the codex and the skills, and make sure you are using a skill pill of some type. That way, whenever you do take your standardized losses, at least you know that you've gotten a lot of skills that you can, like, basically justify the loss a little bit more. But as long as you're cycling, like, you should be alright. But everybody make sure that you have dropped a like on the video so we can go further in the YouTube algorithm. So we can make sure everyone in the community can see this video later on. when we're not streaming it, or maybe now that we're streaming it and accumulating likes, because it's a whole different kind of streaming setup on YouTube than it is Twitch. You need to like get likes before they start pushing it out to other people. That's what the likes are all about. Now let's see, we are doing all right. We need some animal hides, some components, focus lens components, which I guess I'm going to be crafting some Arma Matrix amplifiers, because they fit on the plasma and Gauss, I think. The Arma Matrix amplifiers are actually pretty good, I think, because they last quite a long time. Yeah, you do have to pay markup on them. That's the downside, but they last like a lot longer probably than like using a unlimited amp, and then you don't have to pay the decay all the time. I'm not the biggest fan of decay, because sometimes it just doesn't feel like you're getting your money's worth. But I mean, even if it's a limited decay, like after a hunt, it makes it a little bit easier to calculate the losses, unless you want to actually calculate the loss of the decay of like the amp or whatever. I just find it a little bit easier, but I don't math very well, as you guys always, I tell you guys all the time, I'm not the biggest math magician. But right now we are definitely amped up. I'm using a melee trauma amplifier 4, and we're just sinking decay into NTI before the payout. So hopefully it pays out. If not, it'll definitely pay out next week. Because NTI is decay based. Depending on the decay, that's how the payouts work. That's why it's usually low and slow. Even if there's an event here, you can pop like as many globals, HOFs, hell, even all times highs, and it's not taxed. So people get to keep more of their loot, what their decay goes in, which is nice. That's why I kind of like hunting here. Another reason is the loot's a little bit more serious, I suppose. But I don't think I'm going to be able to calculate properly this loot run, because I'm carrying loot from my last hunt. But we'll just hope that everything's fine. But did get a good amount of stuff on my last hunt here before I went out for my sushi. Just chilling. Today was supposed to be like a chill day, but I was like, I'm actually feeling pretty good now. It took a while to get out of the high pain of waking up and stuff, but I guess I slept wrong on my shoulder or something, or I moved it the wrong way. But it's not my left shoulder, it's my right shoulder this time. It is what it is. But I'm all for these Hyperion weapons. I just want to make sure you guys get it for as cheap as I can get it to you. I settled on like 150%. It's easy to do the math on it. It's half of what the TT value is. And it's lower than the auction house by far. A lot of people are still trying to sell it for 200%, which actually, I mean, if you do some of the math on some of the materials it takes to craft all the stuff, that's probably around where it needs to be. But who cares? As long as you guys get to use it, that's all that matters. cool. I get to meet Lord Roger. Everyone's friends with him. And this is the first time I've ever seen him. So I'm kind of excited about that. If everybody likes him, he's probably a pretty good dude. Yes, I have a store. It's Medusa Bazaar. Floor 2, Shop 1. That's where you're going to find all these weapons. Please don't resell them onto the auction house. I know some people might be wanting to think about doing that. I prefer it if you buy them to use them, to actually see how good that they work and operate. Because, I mean, I put my money where my mouth is, and I think it's huge that they have released these things, and I wanted to make sure, just wanted to make sure everybody had access to them. But yeah, you do know where Medusa's, this island right here. Right, copy waypoint link. Right there. It's where all the Ubers have their stuff. I'm on the same floor as Messi. Sunday. It's a pretty good area to shop at. But like I said, if you do buy Mind Essence or anything sweat related like welding wire and stuff like that, I will be buying Luke's sweat with those proceeds. So we're still like supporting the sweat community, but it's just gonna be Luke from here on out, probably, or like through our own little giveaways and sweat buys and stuff like that. You go to Medusa for your skill pills? Hell yeah. Well, stop by my shop. Pick up a weapon. I'm mostly selling the lower level stuff right now to make sure that everyone can grind up their skill level on most of these things. But there ain't nothing wrong with using a lower level weapon. I start off with a level 30 power fist myself. But this month is gonna be kind of crazy because I mean, if I stay at a low pet value, I'm probably gonna be doing some low level team hunting to include even swunting. So look out for the Diabolical Dominion team hunting, because it won't just be like people in the SOC. It will probably open it up to anybody that wants to come and join, as long as you follow the rules. What's up, Doc? Hey, man. Had to do a YouTube today. I gotta feed the algorithm a little bit. But I can't believe that most of my Arcadia Moondeed money just it's gone. It's gone into my storage. I don't know how much I actually spent on like markup and stuff. It's been a pretty penny though. It's been a lot in markup. So it's gonna take a while to get that back. But yeah, just wanted to touch base with you guys over here on YouTube that we are streaming a lot on Twitch, and we're probably going to keep doing that because I don't know, live streaming over on Twitch is a lot more money making potential than doing it here on YouTube. But you know, the passive income from all the videos I've ever made on YouTube still comes up. But I'm just because I don't have a huge audience, it's just like ouch. What did I buy with the Moon Deed money? A lot of Eris materials, a lot of blueprints, so I can craft these weapons. So a lot in markup, because I was paying up to 3 ped per blueprint for the Armatrix or the Hyperion weapons. And now that I'm kind of broke, I'm not going to be able to buy it at that high a price. So hopefully prices on the blueprints will go down a little bit. Unless somebody else is going to buy it at the same price I was. But the initial people getting all the collecting all the blueprints definitely got their markup. Not to mention some of the materials, the really expensive materials like the glacial crystals or whatever they're called, the cryo residue, the stuff that you turn into the sweat crystals. We bought a few extra stuff like that. We got a good sweat crystal supply right now. And just overall crafting and getting our crafting skills up and getting going out actually farming stuff using some of the new weapons. I did also manage to pick up an exceptional Mayhem BP70 perfected limited, and we got a new Mayhem scintillator, which is still pretty low efficiency, but it does crank out the damage at tier 9. But I want to try to like stay with using higher efficiency weapons, so that's just gonna stay on the back burner for now as a keepsake, because apparently there's only 3 of those in the game from what they were trying to tell me. You're finally able to hunt second entity Gen 1 and 2 on New Treasure Island. You bought 3 pieces of Pantalon Imperium and pair it with 6 Bravo plates. Yes. Awesome. I know, Todd, you do a lot of work here on NTI, and we appreciate you for it. Doc says he just got back from dinner with his mom. Hell yeah. But I don't know, man. Like, I think Eris is definitely worth it. Just doing the dailies. Pick up some of the Hyperion armor for the goal of probably upgrading it. And doing the dungeons. Definitely doing as many of the dungeons as you possibly can. Because the dungeons are where you can get some decent markup loot. The bosses, they do drop some pretty good stuff, like the springs, the servos, the rusted kind that you have to throw in the refiner to get the real good kind. There's real good kind that you get them out of the refinement, the refiner. Those still pre-sell for a decent amount, like over 200%, in some cases 700%. For like the dead processors are like 700%, and that's why I can't really make too many level 50 Hyperion weapons, because that's like seriously just stupidly expensive, because those things need to go down in value And the only thing that you can farm those things off of are the coordinators. The higher level coordinators drop them, and I think you can get some in some of the dungeons. I'm not quite sure, but yeah. Thank you for working on NTI. That is like my biggest shares. I have the most shares in NTI because I love NTI. So anybody that comes and hunts here, I appreciate the hell out of you. And it's a really great place to hunt. There's so much stuff to hunt here. That's what makes it so beautiful. I like it. I really do. But just keep in mind, grind out the small stuff. It's really good for your skinning skill, and that helps you get better markup loots or a higher TT return for your loots or for your hunts. Either or. I don't know. It's all of the stuff. All the stuff. The better your skills, the better off you will be. And if you want to go up and try to do the bigger stuff, definitely skill melee to get your hit points up. And that's usually what keeps you from doing the higher level stuff, is you'll die quick. But I'm also learning a lot that the damage types of mobs, it's always been in the back of my mind, but having different damage plates and stuff like that you can throw in your armor to help absorb the main damage output of a mob is very important. Especially if it's a mob that'll kick your butt. Like electric. The bristle hogs like to do electric damage. If you don't want to take that damage and have to heal all the time, which healing yourself is always a good thing. Because you get those skills, but sometimes your hunt's a little bit more efficient if you can just go ahead and kill the mob as quickly as possible. So not healing is a good way to get better loot outcomes. Especially for mobs that have a health regeneration. If they regenerate too much, you're going to get a lot of shrapnel back and not get good markup loots because you're not hunting them efficiently. And hunting efficiently sometimes doesn't mean the efficiency on your weapon. Sometimes it means dealing the right amount of damage to where they're not regenerating their health as fast. But all mobs are different, so. Alright, how are we doing? We've been hunting for a quick minute. Alright, we're about 100 down on that. Yep. The anatomy is worth 20% of all hunting skills, so if you skill melee, you will still go up in the other hunting professions. Yes. Anatomy is more for damage rather than hit, though. So if you have a high anatomy skill, your damage on all the weapons that you use is going to be a lot higher than your hit. That's why a lot of people end up with a higher damage than hit in most things. It's because of their anatomy skill. But I don't think it goes too far in the hit category. But there was a time where I was like, just when codex would pop up, it would just go straight into anatomy. Now I like to put it in dexterity because I have so much anatomy. But it's still pretty good. I still like to boost up my my looter skills when Codex rolls around. Sometimes I like to do the, I don't know. I think I like to do more of the evasion types, the side skills, more than anything, like alertness. That's a good one to pick. Dexterity usually goes into both of those. And I think dexterity is also a hit point skill, so I like to pick that. As long as I can like double dip, that's always nice. Double dip into like looter skills and evade, or looter skills and hit points, or evade skills and hit points. But like stuff like courage is like straight up hit points. But when it comes to analysis, you might as well be cutting trees more than anything. Tree cutting is key. You get a lot of good skills doing that. A lot of people don't like it though. You go for athletics and perception. You know, those are both really good too. I picked perception too. You're hitting the threshold where athletics don't make much of a difference anymore. Yeah, I'm there. Where pretty much any skill I pick is not doing too much anymore. But we're a champion animal looter. We're getting somewhere. I need to do some more healing jobs, being I'm so low on money now. But some people, when they do the healing jobs, they don't like to team up with you because you'll get some of the loot. But I think that's a really good way. I like to add people to the team sometimes, so that they can get a share of the loot, and maybe like be like, hey, what's your decay minus that loot that you got, and just pay them a little bit on top of that as a tip. Always tip your healers, man. Tip your healers like you tip some wait staff, you know? Give them like $5. Especially if they've been healing you for like an hour. That's 50 ped, man. But most of the time it's just, what's your decay? Like, man. And then they'll just pay your decay. It's like, okay. But I mean, I guess some people don't live in a tipping society like America. I'm not complaining. Well, maybe a little bit. I feel like we're oofing just a little bit. What we got over here? So we got some dead delta amps. A few dead amps. Really hoping that we're getting our money's worth. Or some don't value it. Value what? Tipping? Or the healing? What are we talking about? Man, it's a nice day. No, the pain's gone away. Everything's working out. When Canadian waiters see Australians walking into the restaurant, they get depressed. Apparently, whenever any wait staff sees African Americans walk into their establishment, they get really depressed. And then whenever they actually do get a tip, it's like, wow, this person must be really nice. At least that's what I've been seeing. Some young man of mixed race variety started literally fucking crying because like he spoke out about the black community not tipping well, and like he's like bending over backwards to make them happy and serve them properly, and they're just rude to them, and then they don't tip. It's like, yeah, I feel you, bro. And then they started canceling him and got his TikTok account fucking banned, and he started crying about that because he worked really hard on it. It's fucked up. A few people were covering that. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. That's why I like to tip when I go out to eat, you know? It's important. And that way, when they know that you tip, when you come back, they're like extra on you. You might get free stuff. All sorts of stuff. It's important, I think. Tipping. It's nice. Mm-hmm. You've healed people and they were like, thanks, and disappear, no tip, no or nothing for decay. My reward was the honor of being around them. Did we at least tip you, bro? I could have swore I tipped you. %15% for ordinary service, 18% for great service. I like to just drop a 20 when I'm satisfied with the service. But like I'll like do like the bare minimum if like you like really just tick me off. It's very rare that I get a little bit upsetty spaghetti. But you gotta fuck up like multiple times. It is what it is. Let's see. I'm just trying to build up a good universal ammo supply instead of like actually buying it through ammo. That, and I want to get some decay onto NTI. So this weapon's pretty rock solid in decay. It's just pure decay. No ammo burn whatsoever. Because I actually do want to see if we can carry a multiplier. Even though they say that there's no personal loot pool, I think there might be personal multipliers, maybe? Who knows? Second entity drops body sculpting units. Interesting. I really want to get a shopkeeper pad, but I don't want to do anything on a tax land area to get it. Yeah, we're doing a YouTube stream today to make the algorithm happy with us. So maybe we can like get a little bit of extra views on YouTube while we're streaming on Twitch. Gotta make the YouTube algorithm happy. I've been like neglecting the hell out of it, and my views just started dropping like severely. So we do a good live stream, get enough people watching. It adds to the watch time significantly and pushes more of my older videos through the algorithm. Alright. We're doing alright. I've been skipping on my dailies today on Eris. And I didn't do all the dungeons last night because I ran out of money. Then go hunt the high level Emblemax with in North Amethyst for shopkeeper pads. They drop off the high levels too, because everyone keeps saying it's the young that drop it. But you're saying that it drops off the high level ones as well? Might have to do that. It'd be nice if I can earn one shopkeeper pad instead of having to buy it. But if it's not a female shopkeeper pad, I'm probably going to sell it. I'm really particular with my shopkeeper pads. They have to be female. Wouldn't mind having a new apartment to decorate or turn it into a shop. Wouldn't that be nice? But yeah, don't forget to drop a like on the video, guys. Very important. Very, very important. You'll be helping me out immensely. So let's see. I like to use the health quotient. It's kind of rough trying to see what my level is for like the melee, especially the clubbing and stuff. We got the damage up though. It's the hit that we need to work on. Right here, like level 50. Kind of want to get it a little bit higher. So 55, so I can use this club efficiently that I have. Once we can, this club right here is gonna be key, because the tier rate on it is 738. So I'm hoping that we can get some world firsts. Fake hoffs, as we're calling them. All your states are jam-packed. You're a hoarder. Hell yeah. I kind of had this one theory with my. It ties into my economic loot pool theory, which is a loot theory in and of itself. It's basically, you know, the more stuff you have in the game, the better off your loot actually is. But it's not been proven to do anything. I just have stuff in the game that's just sitting there. Maybe it'd be better if it was accruing interest in a bank, but no thank you. I'd rather just keep it in this game. and avoid any incidences. I'm usually pretty good. No incidences. But I could go for a good global. We haven't even hit a small global on these things yet. You just globaled, hell yeah. Hey, what sock are you with there, Todd? I know I've seen you around, I just don't remember what sock you roll with. Because the Diabolical Dominion is definitely doing some recruitment here lately. Usually whenever I'm like really active in Entropia, that's when people want to join. And it's usually during the summer times. This summer might actually be my poor man summer. We're still paying off last summer. Or the summer before that, I don't even know anymore. You're with All-Time High Inc. It's really more of a wish than a sock. I mean, is it active or? Because if you're like the only person there rolling around, you know, we'll definitely take you. It's nice to roll around and pal around with some people, especially in a game like this. Nothing's mandatory in the Diabolical Dominion, so if we call for like we're doing a team hunt or something, you can be like, I'm good, I'm over here doing my thing. You're like, cool. More than welcome to do that. Majiro says, we got cookies here. Who are you in the sock? I have curiosity. Because you're kind of like a new name for me. Roger. Wait, Roger? Are you Lord Roger? Oh, it's you and your sons? You tried to mentor them, but you couldn't get them hooked? Oh, shit. Pass the leadership to one of those guys and come over here and hang out with us. And you might get your all-time high. Because I do like to do like swunting down here on NTI from time to time. That way loot's kind of private, especially if you swunt in the curbs. Because I'm not the biggest fan of item share, like most other people are. Like I'm more prone to be like, well, something cool dropped for you, grats. And if you want to share, you can. Or if you don't, that's fine too. Because I mean, when you're putting money into the game, like most of us do, like whenever the game finally rewards you, be it if you're in a team or not, you know, it gave the item to you. And it's probably because you're using the right weapon at the time. That's my take on it, man. Some people don't like that. But then again, it's also up to whoever the team lead is at the time. If they want to do item share, that's up to them. If I'm running the group, it's item share with it. If you want to share, you can, but you don't have to. maybe that's why people were like, "Ah, you're such a scammer." And a bad person or a cooksucker. Like, nah, bro. I'm just chilling. But I will take down a sweat circle if I think I can get an all-time high out of it. Because one of my side loot theories is if you're exercising your Hall of Fame skills, getting Hall of Fames a lot, it helps out when it comes down to getting in the Hall of Fame from hunting too. That's probably not. What rank does almost 500,000 minus 100 million skill points get you in the sock? I mean, you'll probably get up to rank 3. The first rank is mostly the people that I trust to be there to kick people out of the sock if shit goes down. We've had a few instances where that's had to happen. Some people get really disruptive. Doesn't happen very often though. But like the third rank. Rank 2 is for like right on. Okay, so you got I'm at the highest rank. But that's rank. The first circle is for the people that I trust to kick people out of the sock if shit goes down. The rank after that is what, the second circle. That's for people that's been in the sock for a while that, you know, is pretty good, but I don't want to like burden them with the job of actually being like a co-leader. But they can still like invite people in, I think. And then you get the third circle, which is like kind of like either the VIPs, the loyal people that just, you know, just hanging out chilling, high skilled people I know and trust, shit like that. But I mean, ranks really don't mean too much, other than like the first circle, where you actually have like the most responsibility. Because it's nothing more than just a chat room, really. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of like all the active players. But if I see during team hunts and stuff, and I notice that you're like still an initiate, it's going to get you a rank up to the 4th circle. If you're like really active in the chat and you're pretty chill, you know, that'll get you into the 3rd circle easy. And then you'll probably just stay there. But usually, like, if I've noticed that you've been inactive for a while, we'll demote you down to initiate. But I don't like to kick people out of the sock. It's not like, I mean, we don't really recruit too often, but when we do, it's usually high quality people. But I do like it whenever you bring your disciples in to the sock, so we can help raise them right. That way, if they have a question and you're not online, the sock will definitely take care of it. We've got a lot of knowledgeable people here. So there's that. But when it comes down to it, I mean, it's just a good place to hang out and chill. Sometimes there's stuff going on. It's just nice to... And we got a lot of streamers in the SOC too. Streamers and YouTubers like Scotty C93 is up in here. We have Julian McBain in here. So like, it's completely 100% chill to advertise your stream in the SOC as long as you don't take it overboard, you know. And usually, like, when it comes down to other streamers, if you're in the Diabolical Dominion and I need to raid somebody, it's going to be you that I raid over somebody randomly streaming. Sensei, holy crap, bro, I owe you money. It's still on my thing. I owe you money. Oh shit. There's your dragon. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Azure Dragon. Got one of these from a shop. Felt like supporting you. Really enjoying the vid. You were such a good dude. Thank you so much. Oh, Juan, thank you. Juan OC10. I hope it does you well. Michael Chaimai. Got a TC20. Nice, nice. That was like days ago. We are making a lot of good sales though. Thanks to all you guys doing the things. I do appreciate it. You own a shop in hell? Hell yeah. We do got shop owners, and we also got a we do have a SOC mothership. Well, not mothership, but a Starfinder. You have to offline message Zindul to be able to be put on it whenever he comes. He comes online every once in a while to swap out the warp core. You're gonna log in? Hell yeah. Well, I'm on NTI right now, so I'm just doping around on Cali. But yeah, we have Jeff. He has a shop on Arcadia. We also have Slump Dog. He's the owner of Mutation Station. I just don't like going over to Arcadia. Ever since Eris dropped, it's like, wow, Eris is so complete, and the moon is just rough. It's just so rough. Thank you for having things to buy. Hell yeah. And hopefully we stay competitive with the auction house. I don't foresee them dropping the prices too much lower, because the material cost to actually craft a Hyperion is still pretty high in some respects. I know that from all the grinding I have done on Eris, you know, that kind of helps out with the discount that I'm laying down. So, but can still really only do the easier stuff to craft, unfortunately. But having a shop in hell might not be a bad thing. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Mindark can do for Rocktropia in the long run. But I'm still not going to go over there and hunt anytime soon until they get Codex there. But once they put Codex there, my ass is going to be there so quick. And I'm hoping that once that happens, Neverdie starts to release some more shares. It's probably... once Codex gets released on Rocktropia, there will probably be an increase of hunters over there. And that will probably... it might send it up to like a 2-pec payout per week. And that will give that share price at least 20. Hell was an impulse purchase. Hell yeah. I bet. I've not been to Hell very often, but I heard that the trees there are good. I'm really hoping that we're doing well. I got 6980. Oof. A few more Cornucata skins. Really wish I could do something with those. Oh, we got 9 diluted mineral extractors. A little bit more diluted sweat. Righto! Hey, man. Yeah, there's no incentive for Never Die to sell, honestly. If it's at 1 peck per share, and that's 10. But it is an easy 10 to sell, because, I mean, it pays out 10. It pays out 1 peck every single week. So, I mean, it's definitely worth 10. But who's going to sell it at 10 whenever there's no codex there? And he knows. We all know. The moment there's codex on Rocktropia, we're going to go there. We're going to fucking start farming codex. And that's probably going to push the price up to 20. And that's a good, that's an easy win for Never Die. To actually share some of the shares. So I don't blame the man for holding on to what he has. I really don't. It is absolutely the smart play. Because Rocktropia, I mean, is pretty loved. People do love that place. Like, the Lobies love that place. I like the whole aspect of, you know, when he was trying to give people jobs and stuff. Unfortunately, it's just like, cheap ass ammo, bro. These AIs don't spawn right. So much work. Yeah, you can't blame the man for being smart. I mean, but that's why I'm basically sitting there saying, like, every single week, like, it's not worth it to buy it at 25 right now. But whenever it does start doing like 2-pack payouts every week, then yeah, definitely 25 might be a good starting spot. It'll still be a little bit expensive though. But if it starts going up to 3 every other week, or at least once a month, and it's 2 normally on every other payout, then yeah, that's around 25 territory. Then it would be definitely worth it to start buying some. But the whole issue is like, he did release some, and he released a pretty good amount of them. Not that much, but enough to where some of the people are just trying to resell it for a decent price. And I'd say, like, if you don't have any and you just want one just to track the price every week, like if you're not watching the Deeds and Shares payout show and you just want to track it yourself, yeah, just buy one for 25. I mean, you'll be okay. Yeah, Scotty has promoted Rocktropia a lot. Yeah, Orca, it just needs codex, and a lot of us are gonna go tear it up at Rocktropia. It's gonna be a big fucking deal. That's the only thing keeping me from going over there, honestly. And that was like my biggest gripe about Rocktropia, even before shares were released, even before Never Die sold it. It's like, it's just not worth it, man. It's not even worth going over there. And I know that there are the iron missions, but man, I'm not interested in getting a skill that I don't want for grinding a shit ton of stuff. But once it gets codex, it'd be like, okay, let's see if we can put our crafting skills to the test here. The one thing I really don't like though is the instances. I really wish that Mindark could take a good long look at the whole gatekeeping aspect of things. Gatekeeping, like, because I get that they want to promote the economy by making keys and stuff, but that's a really bad model. It's a really bad model. Like, Arcadia is bad about that. CU Hoff instance is really bad about that. Like, just let people go in and try to get some of this loot. Like, You don't need that whole system of keys and stuff. You really don't. Because that kind of gatekeeping is just oof. Todd says, I have a few AUD deeds for sale at auction to upgrade your gear a little bit. Yeah, a lot of people selling stuff at good prices at the moment. Yeah. Vixen gears could drop once Codex goes live. Maybe, maybe not. But everybody's definitely going to go there for Codex. Scotty has a lot of free-to-play and low-level guides for Rock Tropia. Yeah. It's a great place for low levels. I mean, a lot of planets that are not Calypso are pretty good for low levels. Unfortunately, you know, Calypso does have the economy, so if you're looking to sell, Calypso is the place to be. Why do you think Rocktropia never put a Codex in yet? Because their Iron missions, they still like the Iron mission so much, and that, and probably the development costs for Never Die Studios or whatever, they probably didn't want to do it because it just cost too much. And they were working on a shoestring budget as it was. And I think that's the reason Never Die went ahead and sold it back to Mindark, because it's just too much work. And he wanted to make sure Rocktropia wasn't going to experience a cataclysmic event. So he played ball. And they rewarded him with shares, which, I mean, technically, if you think about it, he still owns a lot of Rocktropia. He owns the Howling Mines, and they've released that stuff, Space. The Space update, which I'm not doing space mining until the Unreal comes live, to get the Unreal tokens into share form and start getting payouts, and then I'll probably do more space mining stuff. It was a good way to get skills though for mining though, most definitely. I don't even think we're doing well. We got a nice big decay build though. But I'm really bullish on these Hyperion weapons. I really am. I really hope that some of the markups go down to a reasonable level, to where the hunters can still get some markup for the stuff that's up there. And the crafters can actually start crafting at reasonable prices to sell the Hyperion weapons to the people. But I'm in a good position right now. I got enough stuff to where I can craft efficiently on a smaller scale. I mean, I can pretty much craft almost all the mid-range stuff too. It's just the mid-range stuff is just way too much cost right now. Need some more miners up at Eris though, most definitely. Because stuff like your Ranapolite is still way too expensive, and apparently it rarely drops. But you need that for like level 50 stuff. That's why there's barely any level 50 stuff in the shop. So I just don't want to spend 1,000% off of 10 freaking clicks. Because I can't reasonably sell that at 150%, you know? But that's why I'm kind of catering mostly to like the lower level stuff, so people can just go ahead and start getting their skills and all that stuff, so they can use some of the mid-range stuff. can't even say that. It's all one word. But we were definitely hanging out, chilling, man. Doing a little bit of YouTube live streaming, but don't forget to roll over to the Twitch side of things and give me a follow. We're doing a lot of content over there, because their live streaming is definitely a lot more profitable than YouTube live streaming. I've found that out, and it actually works. Unfortunately, like I can't, from what I understand, I can't use that Entropia soundtrack, the one with the Never Die stuff in it, that 6-hour soundtrack that Hyperion Blade uses, because that's the soundtrack that he uses, because it Never Die actually has copyright over it, so I can't use that in my YouTube videos. So some things I'm not going to be transferring over to YouTube side of things. I'll definitely get some of the stuff with just White Bat in it. I was having problems with the YouTube soundtracks having copyright over on Twitch, and then they just mute out the entire section, so I don't want to use that over here on YouTube. I'm like really particular, so I have to like be really careful what music I use in the background. But I do like using music in the background nowadays because it fills up the dead space a little bit easier. But we're going to be working on Entropia for the summertime, as we normally do. And then once, I guess, September rolls around, I'm going to go try to spread the Entropia Universe link out into the world again. I might be trying to work on some Rust videos and stuff like that. Or I might go back over to the Arma, play some of the Arma, because the Arma Life stuff was pretty fun. For some griefing content, but it's a very niche audience over there. It's like a niche within a niche. But I am liking the old roleplay aspect servers of Rust. I might do some of that. And Rust has a really huge community of gamers. When I was looking at the Steam charts of like players online and stuff, Rust is probably a good place to go. Might do some EVE Online as well. The EVE to Entropia pipeline is real. Most definitely. So that's definitely a thing that's going to happen. All right, here shortly we're going to head up to Eris. I think we have accumulated a decent amount of universal ammo, like 500 universal ammo. And really kind of want to get at least 100 peds worth of thyroid oil. I think that would be beneficial. Take this stuff up and get a little bit more crafting to do. Yeah, we haven't popped any globals on these guys, and that's probably gonna make me suffer just a little bit. I was on a roll though. I actually ended up going above TT value, the decay of this weapon, and the armor decay. We actually made like a 20 ped profit on that hunt. But without popping in globals here, I'm a little bit concerned that we're like down a couple hundred. Like, dang. The Entropia soundtrack is dope. Shit. Drink water. It's getting hot. Drink water, even if it's getting cold. You want to stay hydrated all throughout the year, whether it's hot or cold. But I guess the Hyperion weapons, I know that the people that are using the Hyperion weapons are pretty much enjoying it. If you're not, let me know. But there's a lot of people that don't trust the Hyperion weapons yet. They just think it's like overrated Matrix, and they would be wrong. They're actually a lot better. I wouldn't say better with a 200 or 300% markup, but you know, you can get one for 155% markup from my shop. You might be doing well. Just saying. Give it a shot. Try it out. I don't know if I'm gonna have to raise prices at some point to actually make a profit, but I'll try to keep it at where it's at. Hopefully the prices come down to where it's at right now, but we'll see what happens. I'm definitely all in for it though. I think it's a great thing for everyone. Stop using shitty weapons. If it's under 60% efficiency, you're losing money. I just want you to know. Even though it feels good to do all that damage, that good damage for peck model type stuff, but you're still losing money. You're not getting your loot returns, and that's not good. But all in all, I think this has been a pretty good hunt. I think I got just about as much as I want to get right now. We're going to be doing the Deeds and Shares payout show live on YouTube probably tomorrow. If it's not live, it will definitely be a video. We are doing Twitch streaming, so check me out over on Twitch. You know, Lorespade, you know. Good. Ultimate chill. Let's see. I'm gonna drop off some of the stuff that I don't take up to Eris over here, and I think that's gonna be the live stream over here. I might stream on Twitch, or I might just chill, take a little break. 385 PD in repair cost. Just so you guys know, it's 381 on that, so definitely feeding NTI. Merge. Here's our stack of Unreal tokens, 1002. Got some stuff to take with us. I'll leave this here. I'll leave this here. I'll take those with us. All this stuff is good to go. All right, boys and girls, that's it for the day. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Extra emphasis on that like. And I will catch you guys on the flippity floppity ends of the tacos. Meaty peanut butter tacos with blueberries. It's delicious, trust me. It is definitely delicious. All right, guys, thanks for showing up. I'm kicking rocks. I know a lot of you just showed up just now, but we'll be over on Twitch here shortly, probably, maybe. I don't know. If we're not, we'll be around tomorrow. Till next time.